Hi, my name is Terry Bankert. I'm of Flint, Michigan, divorce attorney, child custody, parenting time. Sometimes when we go into court to change custody or to start a custody order, we have to do something like identify who has the established custodial environment. Now, the judges have to do this before they can hold a hearing to decide who has custody, particularly when you want to change. And the referees do that. A referee is an attorney under contract, wears a black robe, works for the court. And I was recently at a conference where a referee talked about questions that they'll ask. Now, everybody has equal rights to joint custody. One parent may work, one may not. You tell me if these questions are fair. What questions then are to be asked in a hearing to show which parent should be determined to have the established custodial environment? Which parent does the child look towards to take care of them in a variety of ways? All parents love their kids, or most of them do, but are both parents really taking care of the child, or just one? The statute says the custodial environment of a child is established if over an appreciable time the child naturally looks to the custodian in that environment for guidance, discipline, the necessities of life, and parental comfort. So what then are the questions the judge or referee may expect to be asked of you to determine the established custodial environment? Guys will miss this, women won't. What are the ages of the children and their birth dates? So if you think you're going to have a divorce with a custody section of it, you start learning this stuff. How much time do you spend with the child? You know, if you're working 12 hours a day to take care of your child, you better find some time to spend with that child and document it. Time alone does not create a custodial environment, though. Is there a custody order, parenting time order in place? What does it say? And is each side complying with it? And then to you directly, the court may ask, how long have you provided the care of the child? Please describe. How has this discipline changed by you or the other party? That's the discipline of the child. What is your preferred discipline, and how has it changed, particularly if significant others show up for the other side? How do you show love to the child? Everybody loves their children, but how do you show it? Okay? Do you cook them dinner? Do you eat it with them? Do you talk about their day? Those kinds of things. What length of time has the child lived in the current environment? Do you move around all the time? Has your shift changed? They're going to want to know. How do you refer to the minor child? Do you use their name? I think this one is not the best question to ask. It's almost unfair. But how do you refer to the minor child? You're in front of a referee or a judge who's asking you questions, and you're trying to be quick and perfunctory. So you might just, when asked about the child, you might say the child does this, the child does that. This referee says that it's better to use their name, that Johnny does this or Mary does this. Okay? Who participates in extra school activities with the child? I'm going to tell you, if you're thinking about filing for change of custody, you better start attending these after school activities and document it. Who participates and facilitates in religious activities with the child. People with a high religious conviction have the same and not greater rights than people of the secular community. But if you've agreed that mom or dad can take the child to the Catholic Church and the other parent doesn't participate, and then the question is, then the parent that takes the child to church participates by your own decision, you could lose some ground there. Name your child's Sunday school teacher. Name your child's extended family. Describe how you encourage your child to stay in touch with the extended family. Describe what your child likes. Okay? What are your child's likes and dislikes? And this is an indicator, does a child confide in you? This is one that you just better know. Describe or name your child's friends. Little Sally next door that she's played with for 3 or 4 years. You better know Sally's name. What are your child's favorite TV or iPhone programs? It shows an awareness of what you're doing, and it also is an indicator of supervision of what your child is doing on the internet. How often are you in pictures drawn by the child? These will be used. One side will walk in with pictures, the other side won't because they don't have them, because they didn't think about it. That stuff's reviewed by the decision maker, and it has an impact if all the pictures of the child are the child with one parent. You might have your child draw some pictures and make sure you're in them. This one blew me away. Has your child, if older, written essays about life with your spouse and with you or both? That presumes the fact finder is going to see it. What is your child's favorite color? I'm not so sure I ever had one, but describe your child's relationship with your new significant other. Things change when other people start to get involved, particularly if you remarry. Things change. Name your child's favorite book. How many people can do that? What is your child's birth date? Again, I think I mentioned that before. Describe your child's last Halloween costume. That's a big deal to kids. Maybe not to you. And you better know Fido. Name your child's pet. Describe the physical environment the child lives in. Describe the psychological environment. If you're an angry bird and you're walking around the house being angry all the time, taking it out on other people in the house and the child, you've created a hostile psychological environment for that child. You better stop that. Describe the security you offer the child and possibly the lack of security of the other spouse. Wrong neighborhood, too many iffy relationships with people coming and going at all times, maybe not the best people, those kinds of things. So, how do you play with the child? Describe that. Okay? I know how I'd say I play with my puppy. Every night before I can go to bed, I have to play toy. Well, maybe every night before your child goes to bed, you read to the child or you help the child cover. Have you ever gotten up in the middle of the night to care for the child? That's a good thing to answer yes about. Who took leave from work when the child was born? Who provides the daily care for the minor child? Did one parent only become active in the child's life after the divorce was filed? That one's going to be spotted. That's why you need to start this early. And I'm sure you're all doing everything you can, but you need to start documenting it. If things have changed in the relationship between you and the spouse of the other parent has changed, what's caused the change? What was the parenting time agreement when things were good? And why did it change? My name is Terry Bankert. I'm a downtown Flint family law attorney. My number is 235 1970. 235 1970. We offer unbundled services. We'll start at $50. It won't be the final product, but there we'll identify everything you need to do, and we'll identify what assistance I can be and what assistance you don't need. Terry Baker, 235 1970. Now I've been trying to end the stream. Well, that was bad. Well, you can see me fudging around with my first use of this live stream. And we will attempt